What's up, everybody? How are we all doing? Just need to add some text here. Okay, that is absolutely ginormous. Okay, right, I'm just gonna do some adjustments to this, so bear with me. Font size, let's make that smaller. Okay, so if you want to be in the chat, guys, join the Discord, link is down below. If you want to communicate and be in the live trading floor, then you can do that via the link below. Now I'm going to slow that down because that is running so fast. How do we slow that down or stop that? Oh God. Filters. Scroll. Okay. Scroll speed. Here we go. Oh my lord, what have I done? Oh. I see. There we go. Cool, right, okay. We're getting there in the end. Okay, so here we go. There we go. Right, apologies guys, apologies. Okay. Make this a little bit smaller. A little bit bigger, should I say? Okay. You know what? Let's just stop that moving altogether. Let's just stop that moving. We don't need it to be scrolling, right? Filters, edit. Cool. Easier, much easier. Awesome. There we go. Much better. Much better. So apologies for taking so long to sort that out, guys. So yeah, if you are a member of the Discord already, then awesome. Just jump in the trading floor and you can converse with me as you wish. If you're not, then link down below and you can, of course, jump in and get involved with the conversation, ask any questions you may have. Yeah, anything that you would like to ask, you can ask. So if you haven't already, then head down to the description and join the Discord. as it stands, we were just looking at a couple of things. So yesterday, we gave out some markups for Euro, GU, oil, gold, a couple of different ideas. The fundamentals came in and caused a bit of a shake, which is completely fine. The fact that we have a fundamental event generally is going to change the amount of time you stay in a position, or if you even trade that position at all, is going to change based off of that. So in the case of just holding through fundamentals, it's not really a good idea. I took, where are we? One, two. Yeah, and so Euro, minor loss on this one. GU, we took a BE on that one because we got out just before news. It was playing around. We're actually holding this position right now. Then we also took no trade on gold, but it came up exactly how we thought it would, which is just straight bullish into these target highs. We're actually in a long right now on NAS after it dropped down into the lows, although we could be BE'd on this any minute because we went break even after this last push. But the same thing applies. We're looking for that consistent breakdown and then push higher, or break up and then push lower. Remember that it's not about trading every single move that there is. Like, you can, I've said this before, you can take this principle and minimize it, make it on a smaller time frame. You can take this principle and apply it to a higher time frame. It really doesn't matter. And you can, of course, add it into something that you already use. You know, there's no 100% you have to do exactly what I show you in terms of using this. So there is a lot of potential for it. So if you are just joining now, guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you want to be a part of the live chat, or you want to actually speak to me in person, you can do that via the Discord link in the description down below. Of course, you don't have to. It's not, you're not obligated. It's just something that we're trying to do. We're trying to engage more activity within the Discord, because what happens is with the YouTube live streams, we have great engagement. Everyone learns, everyone's growing, you know, everyone's doing their thing. Then the live streams finish and everyone goes and does whatever else. But then there's no way for those members to connect with each other outside. So Discord is the best place for that. We can, of course, share ideas and continue even after the stream's finished with more, how'd you say, personalized interactions, personal trade ideas, you know, all that good stuff. So it's well worth joining and just jumping in the trading floor and conversing with myself if you want to ask questions, obviously. Like I say, no obligations. Part 5 of the Keep It Simple series is coming today. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to clear up this and this. Going to get some tunes going. Okay. Okay, so we're going to mark up this point here. Now, the reason for that is because if we close this gap, we then have the principle of our targets and POIs changing. If we leave the gap open, then we change our directional bias. If we keep the gap closed, our targets remain. Yeah, very, very simple. So the principle here is that if we hit this line, no, well, I'll use this actually. This one. If we hit this, then we know that gap's closed. If the gap's closed, it means our bias changes. Our bias stays the same. So as simple as it comes. I'm just going to set an alert here. I can put this as 100 gap closed brackets daily. Not that we need to put brackets daily because we know what that is, but it's there, right? So if we hit that, we know that gap's closed. Go back to the 4. So welcome everybody, welcome. As you can see down below, as you can see right here, if you want to be a part of the live chat, then join the Discord down below, and you can join Trading Floor 1, where I am live, and you can converse with me, and we can of course talk as we would normally. What am I doing? I need to leave that out. I'm thinking, why have we got this here? Let's just label it so we don't do that. So it's daily gap. Beautiful. Okay, so this was the last sweep of major liquid here. We can change this to 4. Here we go, liquid. We also took out this low, and then there was a small internal low in here that you can't see on the 4-hour time frame. If we go down to the 1 hour, you'll see it. There it is, see? So we took that out as well. So we did sweep out a few points of liquid. Our bias is long. Of course, we had the big fundamental drop-off. We're aiming for the nearest high liquid point, which is here. We also called a long on AU yesterday, and we ended up getting a nice tap in. So I'll show you. We actually decided to use the 1-minute refinement on this because of the size of the entry to the stop. It was very large. So we looked for 1 minute. You see that we had a nice low right here. We also had this low, but price action came down. We took the low. We find the institutional gap down. Price action got closed out from this point. So we set our limit order at that level. And price literally triggered it in by a hair. Now, sometimes the preferable way to do this, instead of having it a limit, have it at a execution. So the second this closes out, you just execute around this area. Stop in the same place. And of course, you're going to have fluctuation in risk to reward. But it's going to deliver most of the time the same setup, if you were. Let me just quickly check, because I can see right now that this is registering high on the volume. So I'm just going to check this 1 second, guys. Okay, sounds fine. Actually sounds great. So again, if you guys aren't already a member of the Discord community, link down below. Jump yourself into the Discord and you can ask me all the questions and communicate like we normally would. The only reason I say this is because it helps everybody continue to communicate and grow and learn together, even when the live stream's finished. So it's a win-win for everyone. There is no losing factor here. Okay, so let's clear that up. But yeah, ultimately we end up going bearish with fundamentals. There was so much liquid across these highs as well that I really thought that if we got a bearish indication for price, or not bearish indication, sorry, but bearish fundamentals, that we might even spike up and then drop. But we didn't. We just came straight down, which is fine. We were secured anyway, like I say. Same with GU. Come over to GU and you'll see. We're running this one right now. For this trade here. You see how we got into this around this point. And here, if you go down to the 1 minute refinement, there was this with the closeout and it would have taken you out. There was that with a closeout and it would have actually tapped you in really nicely to go long. So it would have looked like this. But this is what I was explaining to you guys yesterday. Oh, sorry, no, here. And it wouldn't have tapped you in. This was explained to you guys yesterday and saying that, yes, there is often refinements you can make on every single setup you see within like the 15-minute. But the main principle is, if you are not willing to take that extra risk, you're not going to be able to get that extra reward. So it's one of those, you know, it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. If you decide to take refinements, you're also going to make more profits when you get into a trade, but you're also going to have more risk on the table when you're entering and when you're in it. So it's really down to what's your risk appetite. Also, when it comes to the smaller time frames, you could see, let's say in here, that you take a loss here and you take a loss here and then you get in on another one, or you don't get in. Let's say there's another one here that goes long. You take this loss, and if you're at that point, you're like, right, I'm done. You know, I don't want to take any more risk. You don't get in on that, and then it runs. So you've got to really pick what you prefer. Sometimes there's like an intermediate between the two. You could do like the 5 minute, like this. Sweep it out. But the FEG is way up here, and we never actually close out. So there was no entry given. It's really gonna, define you. Whatever you are looking to do as a trader is really going to be changed depending on what your risk tolerance is. Really is the main factor here. Remember, if you are watching this stream right now and you're enjoying this, make sure you hit that like button. If you do want to communicate with us live, then you can by joining the Discord down below. If you're already a member of the Discord, then just jump in Trading Floor 1 and you can join the chat live and communicate with us as we trade. Now, we will be doing some more YouTube communications, so, you know, opening up live chat and all that kind of stuff, but we want to make sure everyone gets the benefit of the live streams. So what's the best way to do that? Well, to get everybody in one place. Discord community, YouTube community, all in one area. And if you don't know what Discord is, it's super simple. It's just like a social media platform where you have areas that you can hang around in. That's all it is. It's just like one big voice chat. It's great. Let's go to gold here. So, leave that there actually. Wipe out there, no move. I'm going to put an alert on this. My stop is just below that low. Okay, so let's see if we can get a push up into this area here. Okay, we're still expecting this to go bearish here. Yeah, there's nothing crazy going on right now. Remember we said this before? We just wait for price action to deliver. So remember, the key principle here is the basis of this. Okay, so the basis is if we have a clear movement, let's say to the upside, okay, price action is moving higher and it's giving clear points where this money is coming in. Remember, we go into detail with this in the Keep It Simple series, and at points where this money is coming in, it's going to give a visual effect. In this case, in the form of lows, 90% of the time. With the basis of that, we're going to have to see where price action is delivering certain points. Now, within the certain points, I'll show you right here, you're going to notice that there will be a low that often takes out short-term intermediate points within here. Okay, short-term and intermediate, and then the low itself is going to be a portion of this move, and the move will come in. The same thing's happening until you develop that uptrend, and each point is going to be the transfer of liquidity from the last point to the next. So each one of these is going to be the area that you will see price action going higher from. Now, you need to make sure that you have that high being placed. Now, it doesn't have to break structure, but it has to develop a new high. So the high itself must be higher than previous highs. Now, this is going to be a key principle, because what's happening is people are putting their stop losses below these points. There's also orders below these points. Now, remember that your stop loss orders are generally being filled for people to take orders to go long. So we get to here, we go long, or we get to here, we go long, or we get to here, we go long. Now, of course, we aren't going to chase every single move from a low, move from a low, move from a low. It's going to be defined by the gaps on the higher time frame. All right. So there won't always be a key area that you're going to look at and say, I'm going to definitely buy from here, because the higher time frame is going to define whether you're going long or you're going short. And if the higher time frame is neither, so let's say it's going sideways and you're not really seeing a key, or you're not seeing a gap open up down or a gap open up, you need to define that first. Once you do, that's when you can start to say, okay, actually, we're going to track highs or we're going to track lows. Yeah. So once the space changes, so let's say we change from up to down, at that stage, that's when we say, okay, actually, no, get rid of this. Actually, go back. We get rid of all of that. And instead of using these as points for price to go higher from, you use these as points to target. So you begin looking at internal points within here. So it gives you something along the lines of this. Let's say we open up a gap down. Let's say the gap's here. We'll look for these small internal areas to then be able to trade off of these to go down to the next target. So you're just swapping what each point means. They still hold the same value because there's orders that are going to be triggered either from the high end or the low end. Okay? It really doesn't matter what side you're looking at, but what time frame, sorry, not what time frame, but what direction the higher time frame is traveling in, and the momentum on that is going to define what each point means to you. So lows will be targets when price is moving lower. Highs will be targets when price is moving higher. the space defined on the higher time frame, whatever this higher time frame may be for you, is the thing that's going to dictate both. So when we come out of here, so let's just turn that off. We come back to the daily here. The whole time that we have gaps here, we're targeting highs, right? And then we target the next high. But because we know this high is new, and it's not like this high or this high where it's internal, it's an external high. So we need to see price action coming lower before it travels higher. The principle of that is always going to be the same. So if it changes and this gap stays open, let's say that we try and go long today, it doesn't work, or we don't get a setup today, and this gap stays open, then we'll target this. We'll target this and we'll look for an internal move to follow that out. So what's happening is you're staying with the direct order flow rather than you're chasing structure. You're staying with the direct order flow. So it works pretty much spot on how it should in terms of following the institute. You're not chasing their tails, you're following their footsteps. Okay, so we're going to go to GU here. Daily. So it's the same thing here. So all you're going to do is when these spaces here, you're just going to mark these up. If that gets hit, change that to closing gap. Okay, daily gap. Awesome. So if that gap stays open, our bias changes. So we've got a lot of space to cover there. Let's see what we got. We actually have to cover 62 pips, which is quite a hefty movement. I mean, we're looking for the next expansion up through the highs, so 62 pips is not a huge ask, honestly, but we'll see. We'll see if this pushes up and through. Remember, guys, if you're watching the live stream, you have questions about anything that I teach or anything I show, Discord link down below, and you can join the live stream chat right there, or you can just speak later on. And if you are looking to make gains hands-free, then of course check out our partners, NetSab Investment. Link is in the description. Okie dokie. So let's just delete. We don't need that. Don't need that. All right. Let's investment. If you want to go and check out them, you can. Link is down below. This is coming back down on us here. Very, very slow right now. The principle here, we closed here. We took out this. We took out the low to the left. Gap. We closed above that gap. That's where we're looking to go in, right? Now, of course, there's more likely refinements down here that we could make. Let's see. I do not even doubt it for a second. Can't actually... Oh, why is this so laggy? Come on now. No, I can't see here. I'm just doing it so it's Bit more of a surprise. Let's have a look. Back down to the 1. Cool. So the gap itself is here. Once we come out above that, is there any 1 minute lows in here? Yeah, there is. So there's 1 minute lows in here. So as I explained before, you can use these in the same principle. You can use these in the same scenario where you have, let's have this one here. Let's chunk them up a little bit. Okay, you can use these 2 points as relevant. I mean, there is this point here as well. But let's just see. We come down into here, right? So we don't sweep this out. Let's just play it. It's taking forever. Okay, so we come in. We have this first point. We don't close out above the high. That's fine. Do we come lower? We do. Okay, so is there any gaps here? No, there isn't. So that would have been kind of hard for you to use. Is there any spaces lower? No, there is not. So there really is not much of a refinement you could be making here. You'd be looking at this and a closeout above here, which would, well, that would give you a bit of a refinement. You'd have that as your low. Your entry is here. So the refinement would be a little bit better. Let's have a look. Let's go back to the 15-minute. Okay, so it improves it by about 1.7 R. But look at what happens. You get taken out, see? Whereas with the 15-minute itself, you're not going to get taken out like that because you're holding a longer term position. So when I go back here, you'll see. Here. So the position we actually took based off the 15-minute time frame, we trade it once it gets back into here, stop below the low, price comes in, pushes up nicely. I mean, it's not been the best trade, honestly, because it's consolidating quite heavily. But the principle is exactly the same. You catch that move as it moves out. This was the Euro setup as well that we showed you. That was a loss yesterday. So it was a loss, 1 partial and 2 BEs. So all round, pretty neutral, boring day. But we did take a win on Monday, so we can't complain. Yeah, so link for the Discord is down below. Alright, I'll be back with you guys in 2. Right, we're back. Right, so same principle, guys. Looking for this to run now. I'm BE on this right now because we put in this low, break even there. I don't want to take any more of a potential risk on this. We want to make sure that we keep it running in this direction here. Now, if we go over to gold, we can take a look at gold. So I've said this before, you know, that there's smaller time frame setups you can take based off of the same principles. So if we have an hourly base, for example, or an hourly low or hourly high, and you want to follow that through, you can. Now, the reason why I'm looking at the higher time frames is because it gives you a lot more precedence in terms of going longer. We go down to the 15-minute here. So if we're using the hourly, you can refer back to like the 5 or the 1. Let's have a look here on the 1 minute. I don't believe we have much going on here. Let's see. Yeah, so we don't close out here. We have this space. Price action comes down. Takes out this low here and then that point. So unless you trade off of the most recently created space, you don't really have a huge amount to go off of. So if we go back to where we are now, yeah, it's in a bit of an awkward spot. Honestly, quiet markets today. I'm not seeing a huge amount that jumps out at me. A huge amount that jumps out at me. We can just highlight some highs and lows here just to. Right, so we want. Took me long enough to find it. Right, so potential for this low to be high liquid low. Until this closes out, we don't really have anything though. So we've got quite a few frame targets here. Quite a few. So bearish. We didn't have any bullish moves within this. We've only had bearish pushes. Bullish, bearish. First move is running down the lows. Tapped into these lows. We'll see. We've got how long on the 4-hour candle? Hour left on the 4-hour candle. Yoy. Long one. This is about to tap us out. Look. Eesh. We'll see. At the moment, we're coming down heavy. The 4-hour here on Euro. Hmm. Have a look down here. 5. It's still bullish right now. That was our L from yesterday. But we took this win the day before, so can't complain, you know. Can't complain. Here, low here. Here we go. This marked up. Why is this still standing out like this? Get rid of that. This one here. So we really just need to see either a clear expansion to the upside, we can carry on targeting those. Oh, actually, where's the daily gap? Why is that not marked? Remember, we need to get up to this high. Oh, we don't need to, but for our bias to remain the same and not change, we need to get it up to this daily gap. Okay, so just a simple tag on that, and we know that our price action is still predominantly targeting highs. Yeah. If we change the bias, it will be changed by this. Come on, GU, baby. I'm just gonna move this up here. Oh, there was actually 2 points here. This and this. Remember, if you are watching, you want to be part of the live chat, or you want to talk to me in person, then you can. So your refinement on there would not have been hit. And if the refinement did get hit, which it doesn't, and this is something that I really want you guys to focus on, is it's not about me showing you this and going, oh my gosh, you know, you guys have missed out. No, it's about me showing you the principle playing out on a different time scale. I'm not showing you this because, oh, you could have made this much. No, I'm showing you because if you apply it, you will see an opportunity in the future to do exactly the same thing. So from here, remember what we're looking at, okay? This did not tag. This is very clear. I mean, some brokers you might have seen a tag. That's very clear that it did not tag. If we tagged it, okay? If we tagged it, we would have refined it to this space here. We would have looked at this space as our downwards moving price action, right? Based off of that, you'll look for a closeout above. So you see that closeout above. If you're not entering the market directly at the close of this candle, you would have a space here that looks like this, that you're looking for price to enter within. Yeah, your order would go there and your stop would go below the low. Of course, in this case, it doesn't tag in. So it would have given you a refinement from the higher time frame, which is 20R. That's not right, is it? Okay, that is the same. So it would have refined it from from 5 to 20, which is great. That's great. You know, you can look at that and say, okay, that's amazing. But the principle is, it's always going to come with more risk. It's always going to come with more risk. And right here, if you'd have just let it traded to the high, that's 4.5R. So you could have been in and out a lot quicker. But there's always more risk. Remember, anyone that shows you super high reward trades, they're risking more in the terms of their probability. You can have a 100% hit rate over the space of 4 trades if they're the only 4 trades you look at. But the higher a hit rate, the lower the higher the hit rate, the lower the risk reward, and the higher the risk reward, the lower the hit rate. That is just statistically the way trading works. That is numbers. You can't avoid numbers. I don't believe anybody that says they can avoid numbers. You can be consistent, of course. You can have high hit rate, of course. But generally, you are always going to see lower probability with lower RR, higher RR with lower probability. This is something why I always say, if trading is not your kind of thing and you can't statistically sit there and be willing to understand that principle, you are much better off putting your money into something like our registered partners, like NetSab Investment, and invest your money and just let it do its thing. Instead of you not being able to fully commit to trading and losing money, just put your money into a company that will do it all for you, and you just take your money at the end of the month. You know, there is no half-hearted trading. You have to be 100%. Guys, remember, if you're not already, get in that Discord. Link is in the description. You can join this live session. You can join the next live session. If you want to be a part of the exclusive live streams, then you can of course join the VIPs. But nothing I offer is needed, you know. You'll get more value, but then that's, you know, you get what you pay for. So it's one of those things. That's 100. That's a BE right there. That is a BE right there. Yep. That's fine. Take the BE. Whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is. We've got 8 minutes until some high impact news. USD high impact news. Remember, just chill, relax. There's no rush. Trading is not about jumping into a position as quick as you can. It's about having a realistic understanding of probability within the market. And if you have any comprehension of probability and statistics, the way it works on a mathematical basis, you will know that there is not going to be a trade for you to take every day. Now, and I've said this before, that there will always be an opportunity in the market at some point for somebody to take a trade. But if you're going to use a system that is going to always deliver a similar result, you are not going to be able to trade every day. I've said this before. There's always going to be scalpers that will tell you can trade anything, everywhere. You can trade upside down, trade whatever you want. This is true. But the same thing comes back. You're going to take more losses. You're going to take more wins. It's going to be a totally different game to finding a higher time frame area of liquidity, waiting for that liquidity to show itself and make sure that the presence of that liquidity is given, then trading. It's going to be a patient game. So please be patient. And like I said, if you're not patient enough and you just want to trade, then fair enough. But if you are not in a position to trade fully, then put your money into something that is worthwhile investing in, like our partners. Again, the link is down below. And as I've said before, I'm not telling you go and spend your money. I'm just being realistic with you. I'm saying to you what real friends should say, which is if you're going to lose, why take that risk? But if you're willing to put in the time and practice and become consistent at something, then you don't have that fear. You never have to worry about that because it's already there. Notice how right now I'm not on the lower time frames hunting for a trade. And it always well, it never surprises me, but you always see, especially in live streams, viewers drop off when you start talking about real stuff like that. When you start talking about the real statistic side of trading, people's bubbles burst and they begin to go, "Oh, this guy is, we don't want to hear the real, you know." But that's the difference. Even now, it's still the viewer base dropping off. That's fine. Because the people that are left are the ones that really end up doing well. Whether it's just investing in a mutual fund or whether it's actually learning to trade and being consistent themselves. uh, hmm. Okay. Hmm. Okay, let me have a look here. Yeah. Um, bear with me, guys. 6 likes. Cheers, guys. Appreciate it. Okay. Cool. Live chat should be active now. Yeah. Right. What do we have going on? Right, we have one nice push on EU. Go back to Euro here. Euro just sitting right there. We got how long till news? 1 minute. 1 minute till news. So this is the employment change for September, right? So you can see here the consensus of it. Where's the history? So honestly, more negative than positive. So because of this, there is more probability for it to be negative. Yeah. Just following the consistency. Negative to negative, positive to negative, positive, positive, negative, 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 right? So what are we expecting here? We're expecting 120, and it was, what was it before? Ooh, I reckon it's going to come out negative again then. Yeah. Following what I was saying. Let's see what we got here. Okay. The advertising there in a way. 40 seconds on that. 30 seconds. 25 seconds. Let's see. 5, 2, 1. Positive by quite a big amount. Okay, that's good for us though. Just leaving it, leaving it, leaving it. Just wait, 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 wait. UJ. Oh, okay, up into that POI, yeah, yeah. I have so many messages from people on LinkedIn. If any of you guys have LinkedIn, then drop me a follow. Give me a follow. We're trying to get to 3K by the end of this year. I think it's easily achievable. Easily achievable. Yeah, we're trying to get to 3K before the end of this year on YouTube. We're at 2.93. We're so close, so it should be easy work. It'd be easy work. A little share and a like and a comment goes a long way. We appreciate it. Okay. Other. Interesting one. Okay. Looking like the bias might end up shifting here. If we don't get up to that line that I marked earlier, gap's going to stay open. We've still got plenty of time left on this trading day, so we're not expecting anything crazy just to happen. Also, keep it simple part 5. Today. Today is the day. RP took a nice pump and now it's starting to dump again. Bit of a push, Gorham. Okay. Doge is literally a joke. This shit is the memeiest thing ever. Look at all this low period where people could have bought in. I'm not touching this, but huge pump, everyone gets out. Huge pump, everyone's gonna get out. Bitcoin's exactly the same. Like, look at the liquid we're building across these highs. That shit's about to fly. Pretty obvious. Go weekly. See what weekly saying it. Bullish still. Did it? Spooky season. Hey, literally sideways. Sideways. Ay, ay, ay. So, tomorrow, off to London to watch Paul Smith, the comedian, at the OVO. Should be a good old laugh. Yeah. Nothing. It's the most boring day right now. I don't even need to highlight that shit. There's literally nothing going on right now. We still want to see this bullish move here. Notice how I'm not pushing trades here. I'm not pushing those trades. Hit us. I can't even speak. Hit us with a like if you guys are enjoying the stream so far. Honestly, pretty boring. So I don't blame you if you're not enjoying it that much. But it is what it is, you know. I don't want to sit here and bore you guys to death with information that you already know. We hit some alerts, and sweet. Okay. Ay, ay, ay. Literally tagged us at the BE, and then it started pushing back up. cracking. That's fine. It is what it is. We don't really care. Alright, what's the time? The time is 1:30. Okay, what's the live stream length on this bad boy? 1 hour 17. We'll give it 4 minutes on the live stream. 4 more minutes on the live stream. And then we're going to chop it. We're going to get some lunch. Scalped by gold. Let's see. Oof. Yeah, that must have been a scalp buy right there. Must have been a scalped. Remember, guys, if you are watching, little share, share the stream, like the stream, all that good stuff. Helps us a ton. Helps us reach new people. Helps our content get out there more. So looking for, so Euro's actually coming down here. Not a massive amount going on right now. Gonna keep this 1 hour view. Gonna keep this keep the stream going for another couple of minutes. 20 seconds on that candle. Right. I need this one. Okay, so we'll wait for this candle to close here. Okay. Alright guys, market's pretty dead right now, to be honest. We're going to wrap up the live stream right here. We'll be back in the Discord. If you're not already in the Discord, we'll be in the Discord in about 15 minutes time. But we are going to be recording our video, Keep It Simple Part 5. So we'll be doing that most of the afternoon. But for everyone on YouTube, appreciate you all joining. Catch you all in tomorrow's live stream. And yeah, trade safe. Don't push it. Just let price action deliver what it wants to deliver. And I'll catch you all tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Peace out.